This meaning is found in such words as credence, credential, credible, credit, credo, credulous, creed, incredible. So when you dealing with you want to get a job, but you can't get the job because you don't have the credentials. That's another form of credit. They're saying they don't believe that you're able to do the job. So what I'm trying to tell you right now is credit is based on belief. You can get anything done in this life if people believe in your word. If people believe in what you can do, they'll support you. Mind, body, and soul. Because peace. I just dropped this real quick because I'm seeing a lot of posts, people talking about credit and build your business credit and build your personal credit, your credit score. I hear people talking about credit stacking and all these different various terminologies, and then I hear people talking about cryptocurrencies and all this other stuff. And let me break something down for you. I'm gonna get into this credit etymology real quick, and we're gonna see where this takes us. Credit, right? Origin. See that word origin? Study your origin, not history. Comes from the Latin credere, which means believe, trust. Think about that. Mid-16th century, originally in the senses belief, credibility. From French credit, probably via Italian credito, from Latin creditum, neuter past participle of credere, believe, trust. What is the root of credit? The term credit has its root set in the Latin word creditum, which means that which is entrusted or loaned. A loan is credit, right? A trust is credit, which also came from credere, which means to trust or entrust. Why is credit called credit? The term debit, DR, and credit, CR, have Latin roots. Debit comes from the word debitum, meaning what is due, and credit comes from creditum, meaning something entrusted to another, or a loan. Pay attention. Does credit come from credo? Credit, which stems from the Latin root credo, meaning belief, is very emotional and dependent on psychology. Understand, it's all a mental thing. It's a soul game, to be honest with you. They playing with your soul and you don't even know it. What does cred mean in etymology? Cred comes from Latin, where it has the meaning believe. This meaning is found in such words as credence, credential, credible, credit, credo, credulous, creed, incredible. So when you dealing with you want to get a job, but you can't get the job because you don't have the credentials. That's another form of credit. They're saying they don't believe that you're able to do the job. And these are all hoops that are set up for us to jump through while we play these rat race games, right? Chasing a bag. We're chasing what the powers that be have put in place. You know, the real pimps, they're pimping us on a daily basis. They're essentially, slave makers of men, turning you into a machine. Whatever your creed, credit is all the same thing. Your belief, your faith system. What do you trust in? It's what you choose. It's what you believe. It's not based on nothing. It's nothing upon nothing upon nothing. I'm not saying your beliefs are important, but realize that what the Creator put here and what man did and took and tortured and neutered and changed for his own greed are two different things. See, Your belief in your faith system, what you trust in, that higher power, is at odds with this man-made system of checks and balances. It's at odds with government. If you read, I believe it's in Samuel, where it talks about, the people wanted a king, and they said that you should have no king because God is your king. And they said, no, give us a king. And God said, if that's what they want to do, let them do it. But this is what's going to happen to you. Look in there. It's in there. This is what's really going on. When you dealing with credit, right? You dealing with professionals. You dealing with finance professionals. You're dealing with businesses. They got lawyers, professional lawyers. You dealing with laws. You got professional politicians. Well, these are professional. These are all professional hitmen. They hitting you upside your head with a whole bunch of nonsense, slowly killing your soul and your mind. This is menticide, psychological warfare. Let me take you to the word professional so you can see how this is all tied up. How they practice a filthy religion and you don't even know it. The original meaning, you see that? We studying origins, not history. The original meaning of professional derived from the Middle English profess, an adjective meaning having one's vowels, which itself derived from the Latin professes, past participle of profiteri, which meant to profess, confess. What is the origin of profession? From Middle English, profession, from Anglo-Saxon profession, from Old French profession, declaration of faith, religious vows, occupation. From Latin professio, vow, public declaration. From the participle stem of profiteer, to profess. So they set up these games, right? These American dream games, playing these hoop games, Olympics, right? Going in circles, the hoop game, you jumping through hoops. To become a professional, you have to get a credential, right? You have to go get your license, whatever. It's a credential. All cards are considered a credential, right? And they entitle you to a certain level of belief within their system. But realize, all of their systems are based on their type of religion, the way that they practice their religions. And their religions, although many people profess to be followers of the Bible and Jesus and all that, they're not following that. And it's all in their language. They pay homage to their ancestral gods, whether it be Odin or whether they follow the Greek of Zeus and all of them, Jupiter and all these people. But all of that, some of these things have been watered down true, and they're really practicing astrology. Ones at the top, the upper echelon, practice astrology, and this is all based on astrology. But what could be used for good could also be used for evil, and they're just using it to make slaves of us. But this is why you have to study your origins. Now I'll get deeper into these words and how they play these word games, and they throwing these words at us, and these words are stupefying and mystifying us. They're all striking. They make you revere them. They intimidate you, they incentivize you. Either or. It's their iron hands and velvet gloves. How we gonna do this the easy way, the hard way? They gonna do what they want to do. So I'm just giving you this game. Why? Because when you get into this credit stuff, the credit is about belief. Does that person believe you or not? Is money, all this other crap that they trying to sell to you in these cryptocurrencies and all that BS, and get this credit card and your fleet card. Yeah, these things are tools to be used, but they're not nothing to be chasing after. Talking about, all these people sign up for my class and I'm gonna get you this credit and pay me $1,000 to do this is nonsense, bro. That's the blind leading the blind. They the 10%. They the bloodsuckers of the poor. They taking advantage of you, acting like they really about to do something for you, man. A lot of them people is just recycling garbage. They parroting something that they heard from somebody else. Oh, let's do this credit stack and da-da-da-da-da. Or boom, boom, you can move like this, get you your Dun & Bradstreet, set up your EINs and all of that. It's bigger things going on in that. I mean, it's cool to have, you know, if you out there, you working, and you trying to limit your liability in certain aspects, but you have to realize that if you don't have the fundamentals of this knowledge, you stand to be taken advantage of. And I'm giving you this game for free. I'm not selling you nothing. I'm telling you something. So what I'm trying to tell you right now is credit is based on belief. You can get anything done in this life if people believe in your word. If people believe in what you can do, they'll support you. Mind, body, and soul. Because people believe in what this government stands for, they put on their uniforms, they suit up, and they go over there to them other countries, and they raise hell on behalf of these people that they call themselves politicians, and make them men more wealthy, and they risk life and limb for them because they believe in this BS that they've been sold. So it's all about belief. I don't have to give you no money. I don't need no credit card. If you believe in me and you believe in what I could get done, you gonna do it. You gonna do it for the love. So realize that if you knew how to hunt, if you knew how to fish, if you knew how to farm, if you knew how to build your own house, what would you need to go to the bank for and get a $1 million loan for? Or what would you need to go to the store for and pay money? That would minimize a lot of expenses, wouldn't it? So they stopped teaching you things that were of practical nature that they call survivalist skills now. They don't teach you how to survive. What? I gotta wait till I can watch it Naked Out Afraid to start realizing that it's survivalist skills out here? Survivalist skills, you don't have the basics to survive. They got us believing in this system. They got us following, and this is what they mean when they say you ain't whoring after false gods. Cause if the economy tanks and there's a microchip shortage and the supply chain is jammed up and nothing is getting through and nothing is on them store shelves, what do? You know, if everything just gets messed up, everything goes chaotic, and nothing can make it through the ports, and the ships is sinking, or whatever's going on, everything is poison. How do you survive out here? So we don't even have the basics of survival. So that's why money is so important. That's why people are so oppressed to be workers and employees, not realizing this is servitude. This is why people are waking up, spending their lives working at a job while the schools and cell phones are raising their children, because you're giving all your energy to your job, to your boss for this credit. Or you don't want to even have a family. You want to go to school and get a degree, which is a form of a credential, so they could believe that you could be a professional and what you choose to do and whatever your line of work is, which becomes your faith. But this is part one. I'll get into it another time. All I'm saying is, forget the credit. If I gave you $10,000 right now, what is your plan? What would you do for that? What would you do with that $10,000 to turn that into $100,000? Figure out that. If I gave you $1 million right now, what would you do with that? You figure that out. And then you hit me up with your plan. And then we can have a conversation. Because all that credit, building your credit, it means nothing if you don't have a plan. So everything is about having a plan, being a good planner. If you're a good planner and you know how to turn 1 into 2, then you start worrying about credit and building credit and doing all that. But like I said, credit is nothing upon nothing upon nothing. So just learn the science and be aware of the games that they running on you. And don't let them pimp you or misuse you and abuse you. Peace.